Okay, guys, thanks for joining us here in the charts. You're tuned into the Crypto Flight Edition. It is your fellow passenger stopping in with some technical details on the Cardano and USD and BTC pairing. So if you're just stopping in, welcome. We'd love for you to join us here if you find any valuable information in the content as we go along. So consider hitting the subscribe button as we continue on the details here. Loyal subscribers, welcome back. The YouTube algorithm would really appreciate if you all can just kind of leave in a comment and an appropriate thumb. I would appreciate that as well to help promote the channel and the videos. Thank you for that. So let's see what we have here. We're going to take a look at the Bitfinex chart. We'll start with BTC. So let's dive right into the charts here, shall we? All right. So today's February the 2nd, 2021. And the current price or Satoshi cryptocurrency is going to be 2,526. Guys, remember these are Satoshis, or like, call them sats. They're like pennies in a dollar. BTC is the dollar. Quick explanation, best I can do. All right, so here's what we've been following on the ADA and BTC pairing. Again, Bitfinex here. That's it. Really simple, actually. Okay, I don't know if we went over this on the previous video, but this is kind of like an inverted dome formation. Let's move that out of the way. It's an inverted dome formation that's been consolidating ever since it's been down within this area here until the recent breakout, which is, it appears to be an official breakout above 1,283 sats. Remember, Satoshis, just call them sats. Okay, and it broke out above that consolidation level, almost like what is it, like 156%. Okay, and let's just do a really quick measurement of how much time it's been consolidating, starting here at about like August the 6th, 2020, all the way over here to the breakout that we've already disclosed at about February the 5th, 2021 approximately. Let's just do a really quick measurement of the consolidation range. It's going to be 183 days. That's a fair amount of time for it to consolidate, so I'd say that's pretty fair. So what I'm looking at now, it appears that the markets are under some pressure. Okay, the only thing that I'm going to do, which is not guaranteed to get this low, but I'd have to point out the previous level of resistance, which is the practical place for me to understand whether the market is simply walking up the stairs. Because remember, that's all we look for if you're new here. That's all we look for: support, resistance, and pattern. So we've already located the pattern, this inverted dome formation, and the support level will potentially be this previous level of resistance. I don't know if you can see that. This is the previous level of resistance. These are daily candles, by the way. We're going to crank it down to the 12-hour. I want to show you guys something pretty special. Something interesting towards the end of the video. So that's all we look for. We found the pattern. We look for higher highs, higher lows to verify that it's in an uptrend. Cardano appears to be, well, it's officially in an uptrend according to the daily here, as we're finding highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, just walking up the stairs. Really beautiful. So if it were to come down to this level, let me go ahead and disclose where this line is. It's at 2,097 sats. Okay, so that's a level that I would crack open the charts if it were to get that low. Again, it's not guaranteed to get that low, but I would open the charts to see if I can understand a candlestick and if it's forming some sort of reversal pattern before I hit that buy button. Please execute your strategies out there. Do not listen to me in terms of where I see the markets going. Develop your own strategy, do your research, know how much you're going to enter. Never risk more than you're uncomfortable with losing. Okay, know where you're going to exit. Make sure you have a stop loss before you enter the markets. This all needs to be predetermined before you enter. I have to go over that disclosure. Okay, so let's see if the market were to continue to the downside. We're going to get to the USD pairing here in 1 second, guys. Thank you for your patience. It's going to be 17% to the downside if the market continues lower on this ADA and BTC pairing. We've already gone over the level. I guess the overhead target, I guess it wouldn't be a bad idea for it to simply revisit where it is already topped out, or the most recent high is at like 2,923 sats. And I know my bulls, I know they're saying, dude, it's going to go significantly higher. You better get out of the way. I will get out of the way, actually. We're not invested in this, just to be totally transparent with you all. It's just a simple request that we're getting over and over, and we'd love to go over the technicals for you wonderful folks. Let's crank it on over to the ADA. This is the Kraken. I just wanted to show you something really quickly. There's someone stepped on an exchange. You see that large wick? It came in February the 22nd, 2021. Like literally someone hit that buy button with a lot of Cardano just to test the market to see if there's a sufficient amount of buyers to hold up the market. And sure enough, they bought it like right back up, and it closed like almost exactly where it opened on that day. Again, February the 22nd. But we're not going to take a look at Kraken. I don't like the way it looks. Let's take a look at Bitfinex on the ADA and USD pairing and close things out here. Now, the special thing that I wanted to show you all, it's not necessarily special, right? By the way, the current price is $1.20. It's down approximately 7.1% for the day. Okay. All right, so, excuse me. It's an exponential moving average, a 50-day exponential moving average. This is tradingview.com. If you guys want to pull this up, they have free accounts. You can just start it. So here it is. All right, that's it. This is the 50-day exponential moving. There's a simple and there's an exponential. You have to type in EMA if you're looking for it. Make sure it's an original, okay, nothing that's been modified. So this exponential moving average is for the 50-day. Let's crank it down to the 12-hour. I think that's a little bit more better for visibility, for me to see at least. And I think it's pretty obvious. Let's just get a really quick zoom, and I want everyone to see that every time the 12-hour candles comes close to this exponential 50 moving average, it literally gets like a really nice bounce off that line. You see these wicks here? And January the 22nd, 2021, really nice wick off that line, and it continued higher. Okay, it came down to that line again. The price level is like 31 cents, where I'm pointing at now, like January the 28th, 2021, and it had a really nice bounce, and it literally like went all the way up to the current level. So that's a really nice move. And I just want to show you all, if you're trying to find out where to enter the markets, or just kind of understand whether or not the market is going to have some sort of buying activity or some sort of reaction, because remember, this line separates the buyers and the sellers. The seller's obligation is to get the price below this 50 moving average on the 12-hour. And again, it varies the higher you go in the time frames. But in terms of like, if you're looking at the day-to-day, or at least like the 3-day or weekly movements, I'd pay more attention to the 12-hour and the daily. We don't go any lower than the 12-hour in this channel, guys. It's not going to happen. I don't look at the 1-hour stuff. It's not enough information for me to make a educated decision in the market. Okay. So what I'm looking at here is two 12-hour candles closing below this 50 moving average on the 12-hour. If you notice that, the pattern that I'm noticing is 2 consecutive 12 hours to close below, and then 2 consecutive 12 hours to get back above this line. So if you notice here, this should be another example. If you can see this here, notice how this 12-hour candle, they closed here. I'm talking about here. It's December the 10th, 2020. Okay, and then also here, December the 11th, 2020, at a price near like 13 cents. You see how the 12-hour candle closed below that white line, and then it closed again, and then the very next 2 candles closed back above. So the pattern here is that every single time the sellers try to close a 12-hour candle below this 50-day exponential moving, the buyers step in immediately. Here again, if you notice here, on November the 15th, 2020, another 12-hour candle closes back above. Now, as I kind of zoom out here, you're going to notice there's like a clustered area price action here where you can't really reference the pattern that we just disclosed starting over here, because this is kind of like the bottoming out formation, because here's the beginning of time, right, where it started out at like 14 cents, and of course ever since it came out, it just really went down and had some pretty interesting times to the downside as it was developing some sort of financial strength, structure, whatever you want to call it, right, as it was going up and down near this, sorry for the lag in the computer there, up and down near this 50 exponential moving average on the 12-hour. So I think ever since this kind of intertwining of price action and the 50 EMA moving, we should expect to see a minimum of 2 12-hour candles below the EMA in order to suggest whether or not the sellers are taking control of this market. Hopefully that makes sense. So with the exception of this area here that we just outlined, it's going to be a lag, guys. This area here that I'm circling, that's probably not even catching up with the movements here. So you notice this area. With the exception of this area, we should be paying attention to 2 12-hour candles below the 50 moving average. Again, pull this up on tradingview.com, guys. These are 12-hour candles. So that's how I would personally maneuver or understand whether or not the sellers are going to enter this market. Because I know that's why a lot of people need updates, right? They want to know, is the price going to go down? Because a lot of you have invested in Cardano and you just want to know where's a practical place to sell or buy, right? I know a lot of you are probably long-term investing. So I would use, again, the 50 moving 12-hour, I would use that as an interesting area to pay attention to see if the candlesticks are shaping to develop a reversal candle. If it gets this low, let's just go ahead and point out where it actually is right now. I'm just talking. I feel like I'm talking so much. All right, so that's at 97 cents right now as of today, okay? I'm not saying it's actually going to get that low, because as the days progress, it actually moves up and sometimes it actually moves sideways. But as of today, 97 cents is a level that the 50 moving average is kind of sitting at right now on the 12-hour candles. And again, just pull up your charts, because if I pull up the 1 day, you'll notice that it's at a different location. So it all depends on how severe will this retracement be, if it's actually going to retrace right now. All right. So, and then on the daily, it's at 76 cents. So just because you see like a negative screen doesn't necessarily mean that the markets are going to crash. I know a lot of people, they get a little, uneased or whatever you say, right? Just because the screen is down right now, like 7%. So a lot of people need like updates. The only thing that I would do is look at the previous level of resistance. Like super simple, guys. $1.12. Okay, that should it will likely be somewhere around that area. If I pull up the 12 hours as well, 12-hour candles, I should pull that up and close this out. So if there was an area that I would say, okay, I'm gonna look to see if I can, find an interesting buy-in level or an interesting area to pay attention to if the price gets this low. It'd be right here at like $1.10. So if the trajectory will continue to the downside as the sellers appear to have stepped into this market here at $1.46, that would be the level that I would pay attention to here in the short term. $1.10. Man, this is a really long video. And like I said, if it gets lower, it kind of varies where this moving average is going to be. Right now it's at 97 cents. So hopefully we'll give you guys an update soon. But again, I think it's just important for you guys to pull up your charts. This stuff is like not complicated at all. It's really simple, actually. So we'll close it out. Thank you for your time. Leave an appropriate thumb just below the video there if you enjoyed the content. If there was any useful information in this video, if it was repetitive, this is how I personally understand things. So pardon me there for going over and over and over again. Also, if you're new, before you go, we covered the, if you're into, I'm not sure if you're into traditional stocks, but we cover that 7 days a week. So we'd love for you to join us here on this interesting journey. Hit that subscribe button, hit the all. We'll send you that when it's available, that information. And I think we covered everything. Yes, good, out we go. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Take care of yourselves. Protect your portfolios. Execute your strategies. We're going to talk soon. And bye for now.